Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and thought I'd sit down and do another video for you guys while I'm on fire today. Fired up earlier, cussing in the last one, ranting about stupidity. Let's talk about this power building thing. All right, I had some of the dumbest stuff. I had people come in who, first of all, they're going to pretend my physique hasn't improved. Who are like, oh, you're the poster boy for power building, and that shows what a meme it is. You know, this argument about the power building thing. Don't you mean power lifting? Because I wasn't doing power building. I was doing power lifting as in competitive power lifting focused on a squat, bench, and deadlift. And for the record, I have an elite deadlift for any age, not just my master's class. I broke multiple state deadlift records in more than one weight class last year. Okay? Texas state, which is not a minor thing. Qualified for worlds. Power lifting, not power building. So what you mean is I look like a power lifter because I was a power lifter. Michael Hearn is the face of power building. So if people are going to use anecdote and they're going to forget history, they're going to pretend and they're going to say nonsense like power building is an abomination. Power building doesn't produce great physiques. Okay. So you're saying that Michael Hearn doesn't have a great physique? For an old guy, for a guy in his 50s, Michael Hearn doesn't have a pretty good physique. I think Michael Hearn has a great physique for a 50-year-old guy. My opinion. I think Michael Hearn has a great physique for a 50-year-old guy. Notice I can say that tongue-in-cheek because most people are like, that's a great physique for any guy, drugs or not. Yeah, we're aware of that. But you know, if we're going to use anecdote, we're going to talk about poster boys. We're going to say, well, you know, it doesn't produce good, but that's the face of power building. The face of power building is a paladin with a 20 charisma here, Michael Hearn. If we're going to put it in the nerd gamer terms for you people, because they're obsessed with this stuff. He's a paladin with a 20 charisma. That's the face of power building. All these people who are bashing power building, which is just classic bodybuilding, that's all it is. Okay, power building is nothing more than old school bodybuilding. That is what it is. It is not a hybrid between powerlifting and bodybuilding. It's the foundation of bodybuilding. It is basically going heavy on the basic barbell lift, getting pretty strong, or rep work on things like squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, you know, incline. And then doing pump work around all of it afterwards. Heavy work and pump work. Classic movements, hence classic bodybuilding. Classic old school exercises done with barbells and weighted body weights. And then they add other stuff. You know, smaller exercises and stuff to just fill in the gaps and get pump work and everything, okay? So how many of these guys who were in this whole debate bashing power building, how do you stack up to Mike? I mean, let's just be realistic. Do you guys, if we're going to do anecdote, do they have better physiques than Michael Hearn? Because you can't use me. My training has been power lifting. You guys have watched me do hundreds and hundreds of heavy singles. I did conjugate. I mean, my training was West Side for years. West Side style powerlifting. Okay? I am not an example. I'm just now shifting over to that type of training for a while. All right? With a focus on physique. That's a recent thing. But everyone, including my haters, have said, you've improved. Like, you look way better. It's working. And I haven't been doing it that long. Let's put this in context. What's going to happen if I keep doing this for another year or two? Not just a few months. Will I continue to improve? Probably so. But these other people, you guys don't look as good as Mike. If you're claiming that your style of training is superior to power building, but he's the face of power building, like that is his thing. Like even his Instagram is called Power Bodybuilding. It's kind of his niche. This is his thing. He almost feel like he almost coined the term. He definitely coined the term power bodybuilding. So how are you guys stacking up? And before any of them chime in, they go, well, we're natural. No, you claim you're natural, and he claims he's natural. He's competed in natural bodybuilding. He's been drug tested. How do you define natural? That you claim natural? That you go compete in a tested fed and pass a drug test? That's what we're defining as natural. But then they're going to argue, well, we don't use gear and we know he does because he got better results than you? But you can't prove that you're natural and you can't prove that he isn't. In fact, he claims he's natural just as much as you guys do, all the people who are making this statement. If we're supposed to believe that you're natural based upon a claim that you're natural, and on top of it, he's a lot older. And anyone who's older knows that matters. You guys who are talking this smack and you're 26, not 40, not 50, you guys have no idea. You're going to be in for a rude awakening. So that's the point. Your argument then is, and I'm not saying that Mike is natural, but he claims natural, you guys claim natural. He technically has more evidence that his is natural than you guys do. Doesn't he? He's at least been tested. We at least know his real name, unlike some of these guys. There's more proof that he's natural than you are. But because he got better results because his training is better, that's your evidence. Well, we come back over to, if your training works so well, then why does he look better? It's an old guy. If we're going to go off evidence of people who claim to be natural and use a style of training, because you guys clearly don't have shit on him. And I'm going to be frank with all of you. No matter what I might think of Mike's claims of natural or his ethics around that, I have always said Mike knows how to train. Mike has impressive results even if he's on tons of gear. He clearly has good training knowledge. He clearly trains his ass off consistently for decades. And his training actually looks pretty good. Like, the stuff I've seen over the years from Mike, you can't knock his training. You can't. You can talk all you want about the fake natty thing. Yeah, and that's valid. You can talk about the duck eggs and the other scams. Absolutely. But you cannot knock his training. His training is fantastic. And it's intelligent, and it's well thought out, and it's consistent. That's your face of power building, aka classic bodybuilding training. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. Hope it's been informative. I'll talk to you guys next time.